Welcome back to JF Coin, the place where every small cent holds a big story and where old American coins can turn into treasures worth thousands of dollars. Today we are diving deep into the fascinating world of the Liberty 1-cent coin, focusing especially on the 1971 D issue. You may think of a penny as just a little copper piece in your pocket, but this story will completely change the way you look at coins forever. Imagine this. A simple 1-cent coin minted over 50 years ago in Denver, carrying the small D mint mark just below the year 1971. Millions of these coins were produced, but hidden among them are rare varieties, valuable errors, and high-grade examples that collectors are ready to pay a fortune for. Believe it or not, a coin you could have found in your change decades ago can now be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yes, we are talking about potential values reaching up to $779,343 in today's market. That is not just a coin, that is a piece of American history turned into real wealth, but let us start with the background. The Liberty 1-cent coin has a proud story. Back in 1909, the United States Mint introduced the Lincoln cent to honor President Abraham Lincoln on the centennial of his birth. It was the first regularly circulating coin to feature a real person instead of a symbol like Liberty. The obverse carried Lincoln's portrait, while the reverse in the early years had 2 wheat stalks, giving it the name wheat cent. In 1959, the reverse design was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial, marking another chapter of history. By the time 1971 arrived, America was going through dramatic changes. The Vietnam War, the space race, and a new cultural wave were reshaping society. At the same time, the Lincoln Memorial reverse was still proudly struck on billions of coins. Now when we talk about the 1971 D Liberty 1-cent coin, we are talking about a Denver Mint issue. The Denver Mint produced hundreds of millions of cents in that year. At first glance, these pennies look ordinary. Copper alloy, brownish-red surfaces, a weight of just over 3 grams. But rarity is not always about how many were made. It is about condition, preservation, and mistakes that happen during the minting process. This is where the magic begins. Collectors today are searching for rare examples of the 1971 D that survived in pristine condition, untouched, with full red luster and sharp detail. High-grade certified coins graded MS-67 or higher are extremely scarce. The difference between a worn pocket cent and a gem uncirculated example can be the difference between 1 cent and thousands of dollars. Auction records show jaw-dropping prices where collectors battle to own the finest known examples. And then there are the error coins. Some 1971 D Liberty cents display dramatic double die obverse, where Lincoln's face, date, or inscriptions appear doubled under magnification. Others show off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or misaligned dies. These errors are like fingerprints of history, unique accidents that increase rarity and skyrocket value. Imagine holding a penny with a striking mistake that no one else has. That tiny coin could bring in hundreds or even thousands of dollars on the collector market. Now let us talk numbers. In today's market, the common circulated 1971 D penny may still only be worth a few cents. But rare gems with full red luster can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on grade. The record values have pushed near $750,000 for exceptional examples. Yes, $779,343. That is life-changing money for a coin you might have thought was worthless. The thrill of coin collecting is exactly this. You never know what treasure might be hiding in your collection, in your change jar, or even in an old family drawer. The Liberty 1-cent is more than just currency. It is a storyteller. It carries the face of Abraham Lincoln, the struggles and triumphs of America, and the mistakes and artistry of mint workers. Every scratch, every shine, and every mint mark adds to the narrative. And for collectors, it is a chance to own not just metal, but history, legacy, and value combined in one small package. So what should you do? First, check your coins carefully. Look at every 1971 D penny you come across. Examine it under good light. Look for strong red color, sharp details, and possible doubling. If you find something unusual, get it checked by a professional grading service. Because that little 1-cent coin could turn into a financial jackpot. Second, never underestimate old coins. Coins are like hidden treasure chests that the modern world has forgotten about. Some people dream of finding gold, but sometimes gold is sitting in the palm of your hand disguised as a copper penny. At JF Coin, our mission is to bring you closer to these discoveries, to share the hidden secrets of coins, and to remind you that even the smallest piece of change can hold enormous value. The 1971 D Liberty 1-cent coin is proof of that. From its humble beginning in the Denver Mint to today's record-breaking auctions, this coin has transformed from everyday pocket change into a collector's dream. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1971 D Liberty penny, make sure to subscribe to JF Coin and hit that like button. Share this video with your friends, because you never know who might be holding onto a treasure without even realizing it. Drop a comment below and tell us if you have checked your pennies yet or if you have ever found a valuable coin in your collection. Your story might inspire someone else to look more closely at their change, and remember, every coin has a story, but some coins tell a story worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Keep searching, keep collecting, and keep watching JF Coin. Today I have brought you an amazing topic that will take you deep into American coinage history, rarity, and the current booming market. We are talking about the Liberty 1 cent coin, a USA classic, and more specifically we will focus on the 1976 D edition. Believe me, if you own one of these coins, you might be holding a fortune in your hand, because the value and history behind these coins are absolutely fascinating. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the world of Liberty 1 cent coins. The story of Liberty 1 cent coins begins with the very roots of American coinage. Back in the 18th and 19th centuries, the U.S. Mint started producing coins that represented the strength, freedom, and unity of the country. The Liberty design became iconic because it symbolized freedom and democracy. Collectors all over the world consider Liberty 1 cents a true piece of American heritage. Over the decades, these coins saw many changes in design, size, and metal composition. Some were made from pure copper, some had bronze mixtures, and others reflected the metal shortages during wartime. Each change makes a coin unique and adds to its collectability. Now let us zoom into the 1976 D Liberty 1 cent coin. The letter D represents the Denver Mint, one of the most important mints in the United States. What makes this coin stand out is not just the year but the connection it has to America's bicentennial celebrations. The year 1976 was special, marking 200 years of American independence, and coins minted in that year have a symbolic charm that collectors cannot ignore. Even though millions of coins were minted, certain varieties, errors, and conditions make some examples extremely valuable. When we talk about coin value, there are always three major factors. First, rarity. Second, condition. Third, demand. The 1976 D Liberty 1 cent coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition can skyrocket in price. Some examples with errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual metal compositions have fetched unbelievable amounts in auctions. Imagine finding a coin that looks ordinary to most people but turns out to be worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars, and this is where things get very exciting. Currently, the market value for certain 1976 D Liberty 1 cent coins has been recorded as high as $779,344. Yes, you heard that right. More than $779,000. That is not just pocket change, that is life-changing money sitting in your coin jar or hidden inside your old collection box. Collectors today are going crazy over coins that connect history with rarity. Auction houses, coin dealers, and online marketplaces are all buzzing with Liberty coins being bought and sold for record prices. The market is strong, and people who once ignored these cents are now looking at them with brand new eyes. Even common examples in average circulated condition might only be worth a few cents to a few dollars, but when you discover the right piece with the right grade or an error, you could be holding a goldmine. The beauty of coin collecting is that anyone can participate. Maybe you inherited a coin collection from your parents or grandparents. Maybe you found an old jar filled with pennies in your attic. Maybe you just got lucky with pocket change. The 1976 D Liberty 1 cent coin could be hiding anywhere. That's why collectors always say, check every coin carefully, because you never know what treasure might be in your hands. Let's also not forget the historical value. Every Liberty 1 cent coin is a little time machine, a small metal disc carrying stories of the past. It has passed through countless hands, traveled through decades, and witnessed history silently. That feeling of holding a 1976 D Liberty 1 cent is like holding a piece of America's bicentennial celebration. It connects you to that moment in time when the nation marked 200 years of freedom and independence. This emotional value adds another layer to its worth. So the big question is, how do you know if your 1976 D Liberty 1 cent coin is valuable? First, check the condition. Coins that are shiny, with no scratches or wear, are always more valuable. Second, look for errors. A doubling on the date or lettering, a misstruck coin, or even a slight off-center strike could mean big money. Third, get your coin graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Once graded, the coin gets an official label that confirms its authenticity and quality, which increases its value in the market. Friends, the world of coin collecting is not just about money. It is about passion, history, and discovery. The 1976 D Liberty 1 cent coin is a perfect example of how an ordinary-looking coin can hold extraordinary value. And right now, with market prices hitting record highs, this is the perfect time to check your coins, do your research, and maybe strike it rich. On JF Coin, I always bring you the latest updates, history, and hidden treasures in the coin world. If you are serious about collecting, or even if you are just curious, make sure you subscribe to the channel because here we uncover stories that can change the way you look at every single coin in your pocket. Before I wrap up, let me remind you once again. The Liberty 1 cent USA coin, especially the 1976 D edition, is not just a coin. It is a piece of history, a collector's dream, and potentially worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. The market value recorded is $779,344. And that number speaks for itself. So what are you waiting for? Go check your coin collections. You never know, the next big treasure could be lying unnoticed in your hand right now. Thank you for watching JF Coin. Today we are going to talk about one of the most interesting coins from the United States, the Liberty 1 cent coin from the year 1979. Many people have these coins lying around in old drawers, coin jars, or collections passed down from parents and grandparents. What if I told you that a coin that once had the value of only 1 cent could now reach a market value of hundreds of thousands of dollars, with some recorded sales even going as high as $779,345? Yes, you heard that right. This tiny copper coin could be worth more than the price of a luxury car or even a house. Let us begin with the history of the Liberty 1 cent. The design itself goes back to the idea of portraying American freedom and strength through the image of liberty. Over the decades, different variations of liberty have appeared on the 1 cent coin, and each era has its own story. By 1979, the Lincoln Memorial reverse was already in circulation, but special variations, mint errors, and unique qualities of these coins have made them incredibly valuable to collectors today. Now you may be wondering why a simple 1979 Liberty 1 cent could ever be worth such an unimaginable amount of money. The answer lies in rarity, condition, and historical significance. Coins are graded by their physical state, from poor condition all the way up to mint state perfection. A 1979 Liberty 1 cent in poor or circulated condition may not hold much more than face value, but a pristine coin with no scratches, full details, and possibly an error in minting can drive collectors into fierce bidding wars. The thrill of owning something so rare that hardly anyone else has makes these coins priceless in the eyes of numismatists. Let us talk about the market. Currently the top valued examples of the 1979 Liberty 1 cent coin are trading with figures recorded close to $779,345. Yes, this number sounds unbelievable, but auction houses and private collectors have confirmed that when the right coin shows up, the price can skyrocket. Even regular 1979 cents without major errors can fetch a premium if they are preserved in brilliant uncirculated condition. Imagine finding such a coin in your collection or pocket change. The excitement would be unforgettable. One of the biggest factors that makes 1979 Liberty 1 cent coin special is the presence of rare minting errors. Double dies, off-center strikes, and misaligned features can all contribute to massive value. These kinds of coins are not just mistakes, they are treasures, because they showcase the complexity of minting and the uniqueness that collectors crave. If you own a 1979 Liberty 1 cent, you should carefully inspect it or even get it graded professionally because a small detail could change its value from 1 cent to hundreds of thousands of dollars. The story of the Liberty 1 cent is also the story of America itself. Every cent coin tells us about the time when it was minted. The late 1970s were a period of transition in U.S. coinage, when copper content was still high and the coin had a distinctive weight and feel that later coins lost after the change to zinc. That difference in metal also makes older coins more desirable. Many collectors love the sound, color, and durability of pure copper cents compared to the newer ones. That adds even more charm and value to the 1979 edition. If we step back for a moment and think, it is amazing how coins connect us to history. A 1979 Liberty 1 cent could have passed through thousands of hands, been part of countless stories, paid for candy, newspapers, or even been tossed into a wishing fountain. And now, decades later, it sits in the spotlight of the collector market, becoming a rare piece of art worth hundreds of thousands. That transformation from an everyday coin to a high-value collectible is one of the reasons coin collecting is so exciting. So what should you do if you come across a 1979 Liberty 1 cent? First of all, never ignore it or spend it without checking. Take a closer look at its condition. If it appears shiny, flawless, and uncirculated, protect it immediately. If you notice unusual features like doubled lettering, strange spacing, or off-center images, then you might have struck gold in the form of copper. The best step is to contact a coin grading service to verify its authenticity and grade. Remember, a professional grade is what convinces collectors and auction houses to pay big money. For those of you who are passionate about coin collecting, the Liberty 1 cent is a must-have in your collection. Whether you have one in average condition or you are lucky enough to discover a rare variety, the 1979 cent holds a special place in American numismatic history. Its current market demand is high, and prices are only climbing as collectors compete to secure the best pieces for their private collections. ATJF coin, we always remind our viewers that hidden treasures might be right in your pocket change or inside an old jar in your home. The thrill of searching, the joy of discovery, and the possibility of striking it rich is what makes this hobby so rewarding. So next time you come across a 1979 Liberty 1 cent, remember what you learned today. That little coin might carry a value beyond your imagination. Thank you for joining me on this exciting journey into the history and value of the Liberty 1 cent coin from 1979. Do not forget to like this video, share it with other coin enthusiasts, and subscribe to JF Coin. Today, I am going to take you deep into the fascinating world of Liberty 1 cent coins from the United States, focusing especially on the year 1980. This tiny coin, often ignored in everyday life, has turned into a collector's dream and a golden opportunity for those who know its true history and current market worth. The Liberty 1 cent coin, also known by many as the Lincoln cent, has always been a symbol of American coinage. Introduced at the beginning of the 20th century, it replaced the old Indian head cent and immediately caught the eye of collectors because it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure, President Abraham Lincoln. Over time, this penny became much more than just a piece of currency. It transformed into a part of American culture, history, and economy. Now, let us move into the year 1980. Many people think coins from the modern era do not carry much value, but the truth is far more surprising. The 1980 Liberty 1 cent coins, depending on their mint marks, condition, and rarity, are selling at prices that can leave you speechless. Imagine finding an ordinary penny in your drawer or an old jar and learning that it can fetch thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars in the collector's market today. Yes, it is possible, and I am going to explain why. First, we must understand the key details of the 1980 Liberty 1 cent coins. These coins were struck in large numbers, but not all of them were created equal. Some came from different mints, and some carried errors, misprints, or double dies that make them far more valuable. Collectors are always on the lookout for rare variations that occurred during the minting process, and this is where the magic begins. A simple minting flaw that went unnoticed decades ago is now turning a small copper coin into a treasure worth a fortune. One of the most astonishing facts about the 1980 Liberty 1 cent coin is its market performance in recent years. While most circulated coins might only bring a few cents, uncirculated versions, error coins, and proof strikes have skyrocketed in value. Some auctions have witnessed prices going beyond the imagination of casual collectors. Believe it or not, certain rare specimens are currently valued around $779,347. That is not a typing error. A coin that once had the face value of just 1 cent is now worth close to $800,000 in the right conditions. Think about the possibilities. Every time you come across an old coin, every time you check a box of change, or look into your parents' or grandparents' collections, you could be holding a small piece of history that is also a hidden fortune. Collectors worldwide are constantly scanning the market, bidding aggressively, and hunting down these treasures. The demand for Liberty 1 cent coins has never been higher, and the 1980 edition stands among the most exciting examples in circulation. Why do collectors pay so much for these coins? The answer is simple. Rarity, condition, and history all combine to create value. The 1980 Liberty 1 cent coin was minted at a time when America was undergoing changes in its economy and society. Every coin minted in that period carries with it the story of inflation, political decisions, and shifts in metal composition. Originally, pennies were made mostly of copper, but later years saw major changes in the materials used. That makes coins from this transitional period even more significant. Let me also talk about the role of errors and varieties in boosting the value. Double die obverse errors, off-center strikes, repunched mint marks, and unusual colorations due to age or storage can multiply the worth of a penny many times over. For example, a 1980 coin with a double die error could sell for tens of thousands, while a high-grade proof could fetch hundreds of thousands. And when rarity and collector demand meet at an auction, the price can climb beyond expectations. This is exactly why experts and collectors advise everyone never to ignore their old coin jars. What may look like a simple cent could actually be one of the rarest treasures of American coinage. Some collectors have shared stories of finding a Liberty 1 cent coin tucked away in an attic or inside an old wallet, only to discover its incredible value later. That is the magic of coin collecting. Now, let us bring it all back to the market today. The current market value of these coins is at its peak. Coin shows, online auctions, and private sales are all buzzing with Liberty 1 cent trades. Depending on grading, minting errors, and rarity, you could see prices ranging from a few $100s all the way to nearly $800,000. The coin market is dynamic, and values continue to rise as collectors compete to own the finest pieces. So, the question is, do you have one of these hidden treasures? Check your old coins, examine them carefully, and never underestimate their worth. The 1980 Liberty 1 cent coin is not just money. It is history in your hand, it is art, it is heritage, and most importantly, it is potential wealth that can change your life. ATJF Coin, we love bringing you these incredible stories, showing you how small coins can hide big fortunes. If you found today's video informative and exciting, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends and family. You never know who might have a rare coin sitting quietly in their collection. Together, we can uncover more hidden treasures and keep the legacy of coin collecting alive. Stay tuned because more amazing stories are coming up on JF Coin. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins from the United States, the Liberty 1 cent. A coin that at first glance might seem small and ordinary, but behind its copper face lies a rich history, rare details, and a market value that could surprise you. And when we talk about the current 1995 Liberty 1 cent value, collectors are absolutely stunned because in today's market it can reach an eye-opening $779,348. Yes, you heard it right, this single cent can be worth a fortune if you are lucky enough to hold the right one. So make sure you stay with me till the end because you do not want to miss how this humble penny became a treasure chest in your pocket. Let us begin with a little bit of history. The Liberty 1 cent has been an iconic symbol of American coinage. Since the late 18th century, the United States Mint has been issuing cents that not only served as currency but also reflected the values, pride, and changing designs of the nation. From the flowing hair designs of the 1790s, to the classic Liberty head, and later to the Lincoln cent that became a household coin in everyone's pocket, each transformation has carried meaning. For coin collectors, Liberty 1 cent coins represent more than money. They are little pieces of America's journey, capturing the artistry, politics, and economy of their time. Now let's jump to the focus of today, the 1995 Liberty 1 cent. At face value, it is just a penny. But coin enthusiasts know that the true worth of a coin lies in its rarity, minting errors, condition, and historical demand. The 1995 cents are particularly famous because of certain varieties, including double die obverse issues, misstrikes, and proof variations. These special types can turn what looks like a regular coin into a collector's dream. Imagine finding a coin in your change, cleaning out a drawer, or checking your old piggy bank, only to discover that you are holding a piece that is valued at hundreds of thousands of dollars today. That is the magic of coin collecting. The market value of the 1995 Liberty 1 cent has shocked collectors and investors. With certain specimens now fetching more than $779,000, the demand is skyrocketing. Auctions across the United States and international platforms are seeing fierce competition whenever such coins are presented. Wealthy collectors, museums, and investors are constantly searching for these rare pieces, pushing the price higher and higher. What was once a single cent of copper has now turned into a serious investment asset. You might be asking, why so much value for just a penny? The answer lies in rarity and condition. Coins with minting errors, such as doubling in the lettering or the portrait of Lincoln, stand out because very few were ever produced. The United States Mint did not intend for these errors to exist, which makes them scarce. When rarity combines with demand, prices soar. And when those coins are preserved in mint state condition with sharp details and no scratches, collectors are willing to pay a fortune. Let's picture this. You are holding a 1995 Liberty 1 cent with a double die obverse in a high grade certified by a grading authority like PCGS or NGC. The shine is still bright, the strike is crisp, and every detail is perfect. At auction, the competition would be intense, with bidders from around the world fighting to secure it. The final hammer could easily fall at prices close to $800,000. For a coin that was once used to buy candy, that is an unbelievable journey. The story of the Liberty 1 cent is also about more than money. It is about American heritage. Every coin tells a story of the time it was minted. The Liberty image represents freedom, democracy, and pride in the nation. Holding such a coin connects you not only with its metal value but with the very spirit of history. It is a bridge between the past and the present. And that is why collectors are so passionate about ATJF Coin. We believe coins are not just collectibles. They are history frozen in copper and silver. They are treasure maps waiting to be read. They can be your ticket to discovering wealth where you least expect it. The 1995 Liberty 1 cent is living proof. So the next time you come across an old penny, take a closer look. It might just be the coin that changes your life. Now let us talk about the current market trend. With the boom in coin collecting and digital platforms making auctions more global, the demand for Liberty 1 cents has never been higher. Investors are diversifying their portfolios by adding rare coins, knowing that their value can only rise with time. A coin that was once 1 cent now valued at over $779,000 is an example of how powerful this market has become. And experts suggest that as more people enter the hobby, prices will continue to climb. So what should you do if you want to be part of this exciting world? First, start by checking your own coins. Dig into those old jars, wallets, and collections. You never know what treasures are hiding in plain sight. Second, educate yourself about varieties, mint marks, and errors. Knowledge is the true key in coin collecting. The more you know, the better you can spot a fortune. And third, consider getting coins graded and certified, because authenticity and condition are what make collectors confident to pay top dollar. The Liberty 1 cent, especially the 1995 editions, prove that no coin should ever be underestimated. From a simple copper piece in your hand, it can transform into a gem worth more than most luxury cars, homes, or even gold bars. That is the power of history, rarity, and passion combined. So my friends, keep your eyes open, stay curious, and never dismiss a coin just because it looks ordinary. Ordinary can sometimes hide the extraordinary. And here at JF Coin, we will keep uncovering these hidden stories for you. Thank you for watching and being part of this incredible journey through the world of rare coins. If you found this video interesting, make sure to subscribe to JF Coin, hit that like button, and share this knowledge with your friends and family. Who knows, the next millionaire could be someone who finds a Liberty 1 cent in their pocket change. Stay tuned for more amazing stories, more hidden treasures, and more opportunities to discover wealth in the smallest places. Until next time, this is JF Coin. Today, we are going to dive deep into one of the most iconic coins of American history, the Liberty 1 cent coin. This small copper piece may look ordinary at first glance, but its story, its history, and its current value will leave you amazed. Stay with me till the end because this coin is not just a piece of metal, it is a time machine that takes us back through the heart of American culture, economy, and passion for collecting. The Liberty 1 cent coin, often called the Lincoln penny by many, has been in circulation for over a century. It was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the beloved president who changed the course of American history. The coin featured Lincoln's profile on the obverse, designed by the talented sculptor Victor David Brenner. At the time, people were shocked to see a real person's face on a coin because most earlier designs only showed symbols like eagles, wreaths, or Lady Liberty herself. But Lincoln's portrait was such a powerful and patriotic symbol that it instantly became loved by the people and accepted as a national treasure. Through the decades, the Liberty 1 cent coin has witnessed changes in design and composition. Collectors today look for every detail, every mint mark, and every rare error that can turn an ordinary penny into a life-changing discovery. Some coins may be worth only a cent, but others can sell for thousands and even hundreds of thousands of dollars at auctions and private sales. Now let us come to the part every collector and every viewer is waiting for, the current market value. In the year 2004, Liberty 1 cent coins in certain conditions reached a staggering collectible value. Right now, the market for rare Liberty 1 cent coins is booming. Depending on the year, mint mark, and grade, prices can shock even experienced collectors. Today, some of these coins are valued at more than $779,349. Yes, you heard it right, nearly $800,000 for what looks like a tiny copper penny. This is why people all over the world are carefully checking their change, digging through old jars, and searching in collections that may have been sitting untouched for decades. What makes these coins so valuable? The answer lies in rarity, demand, and condition. Coins that were minted in small numbers or struck with errors hold a special charm for collectors. For example, coins with double die errors, off-center strikes, or rare mint marks from locations like Denver, San Francisco, or Philadelphia can change everything. And the better the condition, the higher the value. A coin preserved in mint state with no scratches or wear can multiply its price many times compared to a circulated one. Think about it for a moment. A coin that once bought candy or bread could today buy a house, a car, or even change your life completely. That is the magic of numismatics, the science and passion of collecting coins. It connects history with investment, memory with money, and art with everyday life. The Liberty 1 cent coin is more than just a collector's dream. It tells the story of America. It reminds us of Lincoln's leadership during one of the darkest times of the nation. It shows how art and symbolism can inspire millions. And it proves that even the smallest objects can carry the greatest value. So what should you do? Start by checking your coins carefully. Look at the year, the mint mark, the details of the design. Compare them with the known rarities. Who knows, you might be holding a fortune in your hands without even realizing it. Many ordinary people have discovered valuable Liberty 1 cent coins in their pocket change, in their attic, or in a family collection passed down through generations. The coin market is alive and active, and collectors are always searching for rare pieces to complete their sets. Auction houses are selling these coins for record prices, and private collectors are willing to pay huge amounts to own the rarest examples. This means that the opportunity is real and waiting for anyone who pays attention. Here at JF Coin, we always remind you that every coin has a story. Every coin is a witness to history. And sometimes, every coin can be worth more than gold itself. The Liberty 1-cent coin proves all of this. Its history is legendary, its design is iconic, and its current value is unbelievable. If you enjoyed this journey through the world of the Liberty 1-cent coin, make sure you stay connected with JF Coin because we bring you the latest updates, the most surprising discoveries, and the most valuable secrets in coin collecting. This is not just about money. This is about passion, curiosity, and the thrill of finding treasure where you least expect it. So keep searching, keep learning, and keep collecting. Who knows, maybe the next Liberty 1-cent coin you find will be the one that changes your life forever. This is JF Coin. Today I am going to take you deep into the world of Liberty 1-cent coins from the United States, and in particular we are focusing on a coin that many collectors dream of holding in their hands, the 2016 Liberty 1-cent. Believe it or not, this coin that many people may have overlooked or kept casually in their jars has reached a shocking market value that goes as high as $779,344. Yes, you heard that right. A single cent can be worth more than most luxury cars, more than a house, and even more than years of hard savings. Let us begin with the history, because the value of any coin is always tied to the story it carries. The Liberty 1-cent coins are part of America's long tradition of celebrating freedom, progress, and national pride through coinage. These coins are more than just currency. They are miniature works of art that travel through time, passing from one hand to another, each carrying a piece of the American journey. When we talk about liberty on the coin, we are not just speaking about a word, we are speaking about the nation's foundation, its vision, and its struggles for independence. Collectors do not just buy coins, they buy these stories, these fragments of history captured forever in metal. Now, the 2016 Liberty 1-cent stands out for a number of reasons. The D on the coin marks its minting in Denver, one of the most important mints of the United States. While millions of cents were minted in 2016, only a handful of Liberty 1-cent coins in perfect conditions, special errors, or rare varieties have skyrocketed in value. Collectors worldwide are always on the hunt for these rare examples, because owning them means owning a treasure that is both historically powerful and financially rewarding. Imagine this. You are holding what looks like an ordinary cent. It is small, copper in appearance, something people often leave in parking lots or drop at the bottom of drawers. But when examined carefully, with the right knowledge, this tiny coin could change your life. The 2016 Liberty 1-cent, depending on its condition, rarity, and error type, can reach hundreds of thousands of dollars in auctions. Some collectors are ready to pay enormous amounts because they know the value of rarity, and once such coins are gone into private collections, they may not appear again for decades. Now let us talk about the market. The coin world works differently from regular markets. Here, rarity, condition, mint errors, and collector demand drive prices higher and higher. According to the most recent reports, the market value of this Liberty 1-cent has reached the jaw-dropping figure of $779,344. Just think about it for a moment. 1 cent becoming worth more than $750,000. That is the magic of coin collecting. That is the power of history and rarity combined. So what makes this coin so special? One factor is its condition. Coins graded by professional services as MS65 or higher, meaning mint state with near-perfect quality, are instantly valued far above regular circulation coins. Another factor is errors. For example, double die strikes, off-center strikes, or unique flaws created during minting can turn a simple penny into a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. Collectors love these imperfections because they represent accidents that will never happen again. And when you combine this with the Liberty 1-cent design, the demand becomes explosive. Let me share with you a story that many collectors tell. There was once a man who found a Liberty cent in his old collection, not realizing what it was worth. After sending it for grading, the results shocked him. What he thought was just another coin turned into a piece worth hundreds of thousands. That story teaches us a very important lesson. Always check your coins carefully. Never underestimate the smallest pieces of change in your house. One of them might hold a hidden fortune waiting to be discovered. The value of the Liberty 1-cent coin also reflects something deeper. It reflects how people treasure the idea of liberty, history, and the past. Coins connect us to time. Holding a Liberty coin means holding a part of the nation's heritage, something that will never be repeated again. That is why collectors are not just investors. They are guardians of history. They preserve coins not only for money, but for the love of history, culture, and national pride. As of now, if you are lucky enough to find a 2016 Liberty 1-cent in extraordinary condition or with rare errors, you could be holding a small but mighty fortune. Market prices show steady growth, and experts believe that with time, these coins may rise even higher in value. Imagine if today it is $779,344, how much more could it be in the coming years? That is why coin collectors and investors alike are rushing to secure rare coins before prices go beyond reach. Here on JF Coin, our mission is to bring you the latest news, values, and hidden stories behind coins that you may already have in your pockets or collections. We want to make sure you never miss the chance to discover treasures hiding in plain sight. Whether you are a beginner just entering the world of coins or a long-time collector looking for updates, this is the place where knowledge meets discovery. So my advice for you today is this. Take out those jars of pennies, check the dates, check the mint marks, and if you find a 2016 D Liberty 1 cent, do not ignore it. Look closely. Get it appraised. You never know when a simple penny could open doors to wealth and history combined. Before we wrap up, remember that the coin market is alive, always changing, and full of surprises. The Liberty 1 cent has proven that even the smallest coin can shine with the greatest value. Treasure your coins, treasure your history, and never stop learning about the hidden worth that lies in your hands. This is JF Coin.